welcome to the channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Join me on today's video where I unbox and semi or mini review an incredible new release yet to come out from Zelos. This will be released on the 10th of November and it is Zelos is, I'd say, best value for money dive watch. And you know, across the whole range, I'd say they're probably the best watch they ever made. Just because, one, value for money, but because it's so, let's say, diverse or appeals to such a large number of people. You know, they've got great watches, no doubt, but not every watch they make appeals, you know, to the same amount of people, except I think this particular model. And they've done a basic reissue with some significant upgrades, which is why I'll be doing a mini review, because, you know, previous to that, the previous models, you know, you all should know everything you need to know about them. So of course I am talking about the Zelos Swordfish. Now I believe this is probably the third or maybe fourth iteration of this model, and I love that they've kept it alive and going and they've not kind of discontinued it, because again, it's an extremely popular watch. Now I still have my older one. I went for the teal version. In fact, I bought a few versions initially, and I did part with a couple of them until I settled on this teal version. And I don't know if it's version 1 or 2. I think it's version 2, but I really do love wearing this watch, and I do wear it from time to time. Yeah, incredible value for money, and you know, especially the launch price they do come out, that you really got to snap them up, and which most people do. So let me open the box and let's not make you wait any further. But I am going to talk about the box. You know, unboxings I don't really focus too much, but with Zelos you have to, right? They've got this new kind of briefcase, aluminium, you know, rugged watch box, really well made, and this lovely dark gray aluminium sides. Look at that brushing on there. Solid box, and I don't know how he does it. You know, I don't really know. Even the wooden box was great, right? You know, the watch roll really plush, great quality. So this is what Zelos do. They give you so much. The customer service, you know, he's got a Facebook group, Alshan, the brand owner, and everyone can attest. Personally, I can as well. You know, I've reached out to him for like silly stuff, and he's kind of sorted it out for me. So the customer service is probably the best customer service I've seen from anyone. So let's open up the box, and inside you've got some nice kind of suede covering. Of course, it's not real suede. You've got some foam cutouts which kind of secures everything. And you know, rather than a watch roll, he's kind of given us something similar, right? You can put other watches in there and some tools or straps on one side. So very functional watch box. Of course, warranty card. And look at the version he sent me, right? I've got the first one, 001 out of 200. So this is definitely going to stay with me for a good while. Now let's take out the box and let's have a quick look. It is sized, you know, I've had it on wrist for about a week. I've already gave it a few scratches. Look at the clasp, I've kind of marked that up already. You know, you can't not wear this watch. So before I tell you what's changed, let's go over to the Zelos website. Let me show you the prices. It's being launched on the 10th of November, and make sure you kind of set that in your diaries. You know how it is. So let's go over to the website. Let's take you through those details. Here, guys, the new Zelos Swordfish. You know, as I said, incredible model series. I like that they've kept it going, and you know, they should always keep it going. This is something that shouldn't really discontinue. So it is being launched on the 10th of November. You know, please put that in your calendars. And let's scroll down. So let's talk about the price. The launch price will be valid until the 30th of November. For sure, they won't last till then. They'll probably last till the day, and that's about it. And that's every color variant available. But after 30th of November, right, if it does restock, it'll be $399. You know, which I think is okay, right? But surely you want the launch price, and the launch price is $299. You get immense value for money, you know, for that value. It is absolutely incredible. Yes, it's a Seiko NH35 stainless steel. You know, the specs I'll go through after, because there is one important change in the specification, and he's also given us more colors. So let's have a quick run through of the colors. You've got the black. You've got the stainless steel black, which is what I have in hand. You've got the sage green. And with this sage green, you'll notice they've gone for a particular dial texture, which you saw on the spearfish model. You know, great texture. It does look good. And the usual features of, you know, applied logo, you know, large, oversized, polished, metallic hands, you know, color match date wheels. So there's a lot of, you know, detail there, and the sandwich dials with awesome loom. So if you press the picture, it shows you the loom. But I don't want to go into it, but yeah, so you know, the photography is on point as well. You get to see everything that you need to see. So let's zoom out. So you've also got a nebula, which is a nice and vibrant purple. I've not seen too many purple watches, to be honest. And then you've got the teal, which is the sunburst version I have in hand for the previous model. And they've gone for two very summery colors. You've got a sky blue, which is probably another name for Tiffany. And then you've got the ember orange. A bit more of a sunset yellow, but does look good. When I check the party piece on these, fully loom dials. Let's go back so you can see that loom picture. Yeah, just looks great, right? And just have a look at this one, yellow and blue green loom. That looks awesome, and I want to see how bright the loom is on these, because that yellow loom isn't that bright, so you must have applied loads of it on there. So a total of 5 new colors, and then the black gradient dial. So interesting, right? And if you really want to get one of these, then make sure you sign up and you are there on time and on the button, because if you get caught sleeping, you'll definitely miss it. So let's look at this new Swordfish 14 in a lot more detail. Now, these watches have been reviewed immensely. There's loads of reviews on YouTube about them. And truth is, it's not much different to this one. So I'm not going to talk about the finishing. It is all exactly the same. The dimensions I'll run through: 40mm case diameter, 12mm thickness with a 45.7 lug to lug. A crown size of 6.5 centimeters, 20mm at the lug width, and the same kind of finishing and great build quality that we saw on all the previous Swordfish 40s. A bit of polishing along the edge there, really nice brushing, just polishing on the inside of those lugs. Yeah, incredible, great angles, great facets. This is why a lot of people love this watch case. But the differences that you need to know about, basically, in a nutshell, is the bezel insert is now sapphire, and it is fully loomed, and all the other changes center around the bracelet. So the first one being is female end links, and that lug to lug stays at 45.7. Great bit of articulation. That is the difference you'll see on the bracelet. Now, the second change on the bracelet is, of course, as you guys saw, the clasp. The previous clasp was more a traditional dive style clasp, with that flip lock and 6 micro adjusts. This one is just a fold over clasp, same level of great build quality. The difference here is, usually you have those kind of spring pins that hold the bracelet end links, the bracelet bits and bobs, into the clasp, but these are solid screws that hold the milled internals together. And you've got that Zelos, sandblasted stripes with the center, as well as the logo, and nice linear brushing on either side of that. Very well formed clasp. So that's the second change. And the third change is this on the fly adjustment. This is what they've added. Now, they already added these, on the fly adjustments on their previous models. And case in point, this is where I bring in my Zelos Crimson Black Tip. And let's have a look at the previous kind of on the fly adjustment. You can see it's a ratchet style, and you've got a little lever that you slide down, and it kind of slides up through the different kind of stages. Now, what's different with this one that they've added? This one works a lot better. You'll be surprised how easy that is. Where it states push, exactly what you do. You just press it, and it just slides up. No effort required, no pushing and pulling. So smooth, so easy. So it's definitely a significant change. So effectively, the main thing that is different is just a bracelet, but you do have new color options as well, and as well as a sapphire insert. So that is what the new Swordfish 40 is. Is it enough for you guys to go and buy one? Maybe not. For those people that haven't bought one of these, you definitely want to get one. It is needed in a collection in this day and age. From the micro brands that everyone looks at, this is, such a great watch. Fits well, everything about it is just incredible. And like I said, to me, I think it's their best watch they've made, because it ticks so many boxes. So let me give you guys a live loom shot. Let's see what that looks like. So here we go, the loom on the new Swordfish 40, absolute loom monster. And if you don't know, the way they do this, they've got a sandwich dial. So underneath is fully loomed, so that's why you got a loom chapter ring, and all the hour markers are, fully illuminated. Let's get that zoom in again. But yeah, then you've got these large hands with very well applied loom, no patchiness at all. Loads of layers present, and of course you can see the loom also on that sapphire bezel insert. So, another winner from Zelos. You don't really have any issues with them, do you? So before I go, let's get this on wrist. Let's see how it looks. So here is the new Zelos Swordfish 40 on my 6.5-inch wrist. And you know, with the addition of those female end links, like I said, the links start there, so there really was no need. The previous one fit really well, but this of course fits a lot better. A great articulation, you know, the links are just spot on, extremely well made, right? Great size, great proportions, and of course, great looks. I am missing the bezel rotation, so let's have a look at that. Yeah, extremely tactile, very accurate. You can hear and feel every click because it lines up perfectly well. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you did enjoy that review. Make sure you check out that website. Make sure you put your notifications on your calendars, set 15 alarms. If you really want to get your hands on one of these at the launch price, you got to be quick. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.